Hello, out here again today. Hope everyone had good holidays. We did here. It's been very cold here recently. Daytime highs of just a few degrees, well below zero at night. But today it's warming up a little bit. It's like 15 degrees outside. Supposed to have some snow tomorrow. So we're out here in the shop today. We're searching for Mustang parts. Not having much luck on that so far. So we put that one outside into cold storage, and we brought a couple of our tractors in to work on. And they've been neglected for a little while, so we're going to get back on those. We're working on our Sears Suburbans today. We got two of them in here. They're both 1969 models. One of them is a Hydro Track that I actually got from Harvey Spooner, another YouTuber. And then I've got another SS12, which is a 8-speed transmission, high-low range. We'll take a look at it. Okay, the Hydro Track, this little guy right here, is a very, very complete tractor, very original. Hasn't been messed with too much at all. Everything's there. I did, actually did have a battery in it. I took the battery out, got rid of that, and put one of our others in with the charge on it. This is a 12 horse Tecumseh. Like I say, it's very, very original. Nobody's messed with this one too much at all. And very complete. There's only a couple pieces that are missing off it. So this one here, we're going to redo. And that'll keep us busy for a while. The other one we showed a little bit, I think one time before. This is 69, it's an SS12. Somebody has converted this from the 12 horse Tecumseh to a 10 horse Kohler. So not very original really at all. The rest of the tractor though hasn't been messed too much. They actually did tractor pulling with this. It's got the big hitch on the back, the ag tires on the back, and it's got larger tires in front. I kind of like the tires, but the rest of the tractor is actually in very nice shape. Won't take an awful lot to make this one look pretty decent, so this would be a good one to do. I do have another SS12 that is complete, still has the Kohler engine in it, or I'm sorry, the Tecumseh engine in it, and I think probably we're going to put this one back to original. We're going to take the Kohler out of it and put it back the way it's supposed to be. My thoughts at this time anyways. But like I say, it's a pretty nice little tractor. I've driven this one actually, and gets along okay. But anyways, so I think what we're going to try to do today is we're going to see if we can get this one to fire off. Like I say, I put that battery in it, and I got it on charge, and it's got oil in it. It does turn over, and we'll see if we can get it to light. Okay, so to top off the air cleaner there, the fuel tank is bone dry. It's been sitting here 14-15 months, and I have no idea how long it sat before that since it's run. The fuel tank is completely dry. So let's dribble a little bit of fuel down there. And we'll see these fuel lines are some gas in there. Fuel lines are just as brittle as rocks. All right, throttle up. Choke does seem to work. Let's see. Hey. I don't think it doesn't have the correct muffler on it. I think the muffler's been changed out or something. So far, no, that's much easier than I thought it would be. See, I think we're getting okay. I've got fuel. Definitely got fuel in the bowl. The inside of the tank is bone dry, but it actually looks really clean. Turn it over kind of slow. Well, that's pretty good. Come on, baby. All right. Let's see. Whew. A little smoky. But definitely making headway here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what we can rig up here. I'm say this whole fuel line is. It's hard as a rock. We have something else we can. That's not over too. I'm going to shut you guys off, and I'm going to see if I can rig up some kind of a temporary fuel source here. See if we can do something with that. Okay, well, we got somewhat of a fuel thing. Hey, we like that. We gotta put something here battery vibrating back. Before you know it, that'll be shorting out against the case here. Let's pause it here, put it up there. Maybe that'll be better. Alright, give it a little choke. Alright, well, just a matter of figuring out the combination here. Our choke, you use a little squirt here, I think, a blaster. Let's see if we can get it down in there. That's better. See the bubbles coming up in there? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Okay. Don't put too awful much in that in case the needle's stuck. Alright, well, tell you what, sports fans, it runs. And that's a good thing. Harvey said that he drove this tractor around, and of course I believe him, but it's set for quite a while. But it runs, it doesn't sound too bad. And I think that's about all we're going to do with it, because now I think we're going to take it apart. Well, here's the thing. Let's have a little discussion. Let's have a little discussion. Get some opinions here. There's a couple of terms that are used quite frequently on videos and so forth, and I guess you guys can see me, I don't necessarily agree with. The first one being the word rebuild. Rebuild, to me, has a lot different meaning than I guess it does to other people. And this is my interpretation of the word rebuild. Rebuild to me is when you take something completely apart, you replace all and any, wear components. You visually inspect and clean any non-wear components, and you reassemble it to factory specifications. Okay, so you've rebuilt it. And a lot of folks on their videos, they'll say things like, you know, we did a quick carb rebuild. Well, they're not. All they're doing is taking it apart and cleaning it, which is 75% of what's done on carburetors. That's all they need, especially like something like this has been sitting around. They just need to be cleaned. That's not a rebuild. So that's kind of my thoughts on that word. The other word that I'm going to use is restore. People, you know, they always say that, you know, claim for, you know, they've restored this, they've restored that, and that's all well and good. To me, the word restore means that you have taken something and you have returned it to the condition that it was when it was manufactured new. You put it, you take it back in time to that top point when it rolled off whatever assembly process it came from. You've returned it to that state. That would be, you know, restored. Here's the word that I like to use, and I think this is what we're going to do with our tractors here. We're not going to rebuild them. Well, there may be portions of them that actually we do need to rebuild once we get into them. But the overall tractor is not going to be rebuilt. The overall tractor is not going to be restored. We're not going to return it to exactly the same condition that it was when it rolled off of wherever it was made and how it was made. We're going to refurbish it. I think that's a better word for all this stuff. We're going to refurbish these tractors. And what we're going to do, we're going to take, we'll start with our hydro tractor, the one we just had running. That would be first. We're going to completely disassemble the tractor itself. I don't think I'm going to take the engine apart. I don't think I'm going to take the transmission or transaxle apart unless they're leaking or show signs of some issue. But we're going to disassemble them. We're going to take them off the chassis. We're going to clean everything. We're going to repaint everything and make it look nice. We'll get, you know, we can get reproduction decals for it and stuff like that. We'll take a good hard look at the tires and stuff. I mean, this tractor is 49 years old. They both are. And I think they're in pretty good shape for what they are at their age. And this is where the other thing comes in. A lot of people have the tendencies to leave something like this in this condition. They'll get it mechanically functional and running good, but they won't do anything else to it. And that's one way of looking at it. And on some things I agree, but for the most part, the one thing with that is this tractor in this condition is only going to be in this condition once in its lifetime. It was new, and now 49 years later it's got the wear and the patina that it shows. This can never be duplicated again, more than likely. So it's a one-time deal that this tractor is going to look like this. Does this tractor look bad? No, it don't look bad at all. But to me, this tractor, that tractor, they're never going to do any work again. They're not going to cut grass. They're not going to plow snow. They're not going to do anything like that. These are toys to me. They're big models. I'm going to make them look nice. And the most exercise that these are going to get is maybe to go into, you know, some shows or something and driving them around there. And that'll be it. They're not going to be working tractors. So there's a lot of the, and that comes into the not going into the engine or the transmission. If they work, fine. That's all they need to do. If you were going to take this tractor and you were going to, you know, dedicate it to plowing the snow in your driveway. You're going to work this tractor. You want to make sure that all this stuff on this old tractor is not going to let you down in the middle of its job. So you're going to be more concerned with, how worn is the engine? How noisy is the transmission? See, for what I'm going to do, a lot of that I really don't care. It's not a concern because at best it's going to be a little parade tractor. It's not going to be a working tractor that I have to depend on or count on. I have my John Deeres for that. It's a whole different thing. These here are antiques, and they're going to be treated at that. We're not working it, and it's not to say that they wouldn't. They probably would work fine. These little tractors are actually workhorses, but they don't need to do that anymore. So, and my preference is some of the patina and stuff. Yeah, it's cool, and it shows a story and tells a little history, but my preference is to have them bright, shiny, fresh, waxable. They just look bitchin', and they run good. So as long as the engine doesn't smoke, it doesn't knock, it doesn't make any weird noises. For the amount of time that's been sitting, I think it actually started really easily, and so why mess with it? I'll take the carburetor off, and I will clean the carburetor. I'm not going to say rebuild because I'm not going to rebuild it. I will clean it. And, we'll go through and we'll find, I'm sure there's going to be stuff on here that the tractor's going to need. Probably, it's going to need a new belt and, like I say, and tires. And, we'll change the oil. Maybe the starter generator. We'll have check the brushes and stuff like that. But just basic stuff. Nothing too crazy. And we'll make it really pretty so we can go someplace and show off. That's it. So, those are my thoughts on those 3 words. Rebuild, restore, refurbish. And in my opinion, most everything that guys like me do is refurbish. We're going to take it back to our personal preferences. I'm not going to restore this tractor 100%. I've already looked around. The Hydra tracks in 1969 were a lower production than the regular, like the SS12 was. I can get a lot of the decals that are reproduced, but I can't get all of them. And they're not going to be 100% exact. There'll be little differences in them. And you know what? I'm okay with that. But if I was restoring it, it would have to be exactly as it was, in my mind. So, like I said, we're going to refurbish it. We're going to make it look good. We're going to have it, we'll fiddle around with it. We'll get it running good, starting good. And this is something, tractor that will go to, get put on a trailer. We'll take it to a show and we can show it off and, drive it around in the tractor parade. And that'll be it. That's what these tractors are going to do. So anyways, thanks for watching this. Kind of rambled on long enough as it is. But anyways, this one's running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to pull it up onto our table, and I'm going to start taking it apart. And we will strip it right down. We will start at the bare bones beginning and build it back up again. So hopefully you come along for the ride. And as always, thank you very much for watching and listening to me. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Until the next time, take it easy.